Today, I'm going to speak with older musicians like myself. When we were young, you were in a band, you played music, you listened to all kinds of loud music. Well, in your older years, your ears start giving out and you start not hearing things. I know I was always asking my partner, What? You're mumbling. I can't hear you. I discarded that. And then when I'd go out with groups of people, I noticed I wasn't really following along in conversations. The deal breaker was I couldn't hear my iPhone anymore. I'm thinking, this sounds awful. What happened? I upgraded my iPhone, listening to the streaming music. I'm thinking, this does not sound good. So then it occurred to me I might not be hearing properly. I went to an audiologist and had my hearing tested, and I was like at 25% hearing loss. And that was 2 years ago, and at that time, a couple $1,000s for a hearing aid was too much for me. But since, with my hearing declining gradually, I've decided that I would pay a couple $1,000, and come to find out the insurance I have, United Healthcare, pays for a half of it. So I went to another audiologist, got tested. She suggested this Starkey brand that's a really well-known brand. Bose also has hearing aids, as does Jabra. Those are all reputable brands. But I went with the Starkey because it had a 19-band equalizer, which I was really excited about. The bad thing is you have no control over any of that. That software is proprietary only for the audiologists. They do not hand it out to the customers. The only thing you have access for, if you have Starkey, there's an app called Thrive, and it's got like a 3-band EQ that you can use to adjust. It's very minor adjustments. And on your iPhone, you can 3-tap on the side button, and it'll come up for a hearing aids, and you can adjust your volumes on the fly with that. And that's about the only control you have. They have a lot of other features with the apps, but not so much for the hearing. So I get my hearing aids. I'm really happy. I'm wearing them. I'm going out. Everything's good. I was told that these had Bluetooth streaming capabilities, and I tried to stream. It was a nightmare to get them to configure, but I finally got it configured so I could use the Thrive app and I could stream music, and it sounded horrible. I went back to the audiologist thinking I could get them adjusted. Adjustments are a pain in the butt. What they do, you go sit there, you'll listen to something while you have your earbuds in. Then you have to tell the audiologist what you think needs to be adjusted. I had to take my earbuds out, turn them off. She went in, adjusted. I put them back on, listen, and that was the procedure for adjustment. That's my experience. With all that said, I am very happy with these. It's amazing to be able to hear conversations. I can follow along. It does have the ability, you can adjust background noise to be like waves or white noise or whatever you need to eliminate background noises from interfering with your conversations. You can also adjust the volumes, and it shows you if your batteries are good or not. That brings me to another topic with the hearing aids. The battery life on these are the pits. My air just kicked in. Oh well. The battery life on these are the pits. I think if you get maybe a week, you're doing great. Let me show you what I ended up getting, and I'll explain a little bit more about it. You can't see them. They're in right now. Show you. Okay, I'll take this out and show you what this is. Okay, here is the whole hearing aid. Now, this little tip here is what goes in your ear. It's not amplification. They're saying the true hearing aids do not amplify. They process the sound. So, and I know a friend of mine takes this little tip off, and she is much more comfortable with it, with them in her ear. So, and this kind of fits in your ear canal. I like it so it's sitting just outside because it is uncomfortable in your ear canal, but right outside it's not. And every night I have to take these batteries out because just because you're not wearing it does not mean it's not active. And here are the little batteries for it. So it's a really nice size. This kind of, you put this in your lower ear and it kind of positions this. This goes over the top of your ear. Let's see. Just like this. And that little section goes there. There. And you get a pretty snug fit. So that's the hearing aid. What I wish I would have done, I don't know if this would have been better or not, but my friend got a pair of Bose hearing aids. I wish I would have done that because it seems to me that Bose is more for stereo and they would have had more of those capabilities than these do. In my opinion, these are geared for the average person. Hearing everything out is great. Everything sounds fine. When I play my guitar, I can actually hear what I'm playing. I can hear everything, but as far as the Bluetooth portion goes, when it connects to my iPhone, it's okay for a conversation, but it sounds awful. Picture the worst earbuds you ever heard, and that's what these sound like with low volume. The streaming on these are the pits, and that was another decision on my getting them. If I had to do it over again, and what I think I will do when I replace these, I'm going to go with an over-the-counter brand and just get that. As far as fitting, there wasn't a lot to fitting this. I would buy them without getting them fit, unless you had trouble. But I would just get over-the-counter hearing aid. Try that and see. Some are amplified, some are not. Bose had them. Their high-end ones were like 1,000, and then they had some for like 700. I would try that. Sony had a couple. That's what I would do first before I went the route with the audiologist. The second thing is to make sure, if you do go to the audiologist, make sure you see someone that's familiar with musicians and what they need to hear. That helps quite a bit, I've been told. All in all, I'm happy with my hearing aids. I wish I would have gone the cheaper route and tried it first. It is nice being able to hear. You don't realize how much you miss. Watching TV, this is divine. I used to have to hold my ear open and to hear things, or cup my ear to hear what was going on. So it's real nice for that aspect alone. That's my experience with hearing aids. Anyone listening, if you have anything to add to this, your experiences or anything like that, please put them in the description below, and we could all kind of talk about it and see. I'd be really interested in how the over-the-counter brands worked, and the Bose especially. That's all I have for today. Take care. I will see you next week.